Sup everybody, it's your boy Corey, KGQ Saint, back from the reaction video. Finally, I just got back home from a church event. Anyway, want to react to this is finally Death Battle, Omni Man versus Bardock Invincible series versus Dragon Ball Z series. So I won't beat around the bush. Like I said in my other previous two videos, I'm not picking a side. I'm just enjoying the fight. I'm just enjoying the fact that Death Battle is finally back with new videos since they're going back independent. So yeah, this is the first video of them doing independent. That is the battle of the super dads. One father of Invincible, the other father of basically my favorite anime character who I grew up on, basically my first anime character I ever watched, Goku. But anyway, don't want to bore you guys. Yeah, let's get into the video right now. Make sure it ain't just right, so I want no distractions. Yeah, let's get it. You already know. I'm basically going to do the whole video, so in case you might see some cuts in the middle of the movie, that's me, doing editing. So anyway, let's get into it. Special request, you already know. Comment below. Let me know what what you want to react to. Let's just get this right now.
This battle is sponsored by Manscaped. Omni-Man versus Bardock.
I ain't lie, I like the classic, the original look of Bardock better.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Omni-Man, Earth's once greatest hero. Alongside the Guardians of the Globe, he protected the world from all manner of threats. And then, in a single day, it all went horribly wrong. Why, Omni-Man? How, Omni-Man? Who, Omni-Man? Who indeed? Champion of Earth, best-selling author J.K. Simmons, yet it was all a charade.
J.K. Simmons is a good actor, and he had to sing the voice, so he was a good choice for Nolan.
It all starts with his home planet, Viltrum, which I hear is a totally lovely utopia. Through brutal mortal combat. With a K! Or, wait, no, that came later. Viltrumites are among the most powerful beings in the universe. Even more so after they purge the weaker members of their species. As a vanguard of the Viltrumite Empire,
with his second wife
infiltrated Earth as Nolan Grayson, expected to prepare the planet for Imperial assimilation. Which should have been easy, since he's got your classic strongman superpowers and he's basically invulnerable, easily knocking around asteroids the size of Texas. He can fly at unbelievable speeds, soaring from Earth to the planet Thraxa in under 1 week. Thraxa is, quote, a couple galaxies away, give or take, so a minimum of 2 galaxies. Beyond the Milky Way's neighbor Andromeda is the lesser-known Triangulum Galaxy, which is over 2.7 million light-years away. Reaching it in under 1 week means Omni-Man must have flown over 142 million times faster than light. Oh, and Viltrumites can't breathe in space, so he held his breath the whole way. And it's not like he was in a rush. He was on a soul-searching trip, contemplating the significance of smashing his own son's face in. Think, Nolan, think. Yeah, this is why I'm never having kids. You're missing out. But according to another Viltrumite, Thetis, a bunch of other Viltrumites who actually were in a hurry flew to Viltrum across the Virgo supercluster in less than 24 hours. That's over 20 billion times faster than light. You don't really need to rush anyway. The older a Viltrumite gets, the slower they age. According to the Invincible Handbook, Nolan is over 2,000 years old. And regardless of age, Viltrumites don't suffer muscle fatigue like humans do, so they rarely ever tire out. Seriously? He's got parenting easy mode on, and he couldn't even handle that. I would have killed for that back when my daughter was born. Well, you would have to be a Viltrumite first. A Viltrumite's body contains smart atoms, which they subconsciously manipulate. This cellular structure can effectively recall certain states of being regardless of their present environment, reacting to changes at an atomic level to perform the impossible. Yeah, like surviving your intestines getting ripped out, or even more scary, ripping out your whole
I'm ready for the season 3 to show up right now, to wait season 2 in it. I like season, everybody likes season 1 better, me too,
Nolan
but yeah.
is incredibly tough, but if he faces superior forces, his smart atoms can adjust to make him even stronger by comparison. This is why Viltrumites are considered invincible.
Hey, I'm not in the mood for these stinking ads. Notice how he made their money, but
Most weapons
still.
in the universe can't even scratch a Viltrumite like him.
Even a ship's cannon like this one can't take down a Viltrumite, and it obliterated a massive solar disk nearly half the size of a star.
Speaking of planets, he's strong enough to shatter one by flying straight through it. A planet so big it has a whole ring around it.
The Roche limit factor dictates the size a celestial body must be in order to disperse orbiting material as a ring. In short, an Earth-sized planet can't support such a ring, meaning this one must be much larger.
And don't get me started on how the ring is actually made up of dead bodies because, spoilers? Just go read the comic.
If Roche isn't
Yeah.
doing it for you, this planet
Or
also
watch the
supports
series.
5 moons in its orbit, and even the smallest is a perfect sphere, meaning its own gravity shaped it. At minimum, a moon like that must have a diameter of 600 kilometers, or 370 miles. Comparing this to the planet's diameter, we can tell this world is nearly 14 times larger than Earth.
Or it was before, you know, kablam.
Now, Omni-Man does have his weaknesses. Monsters like Ragnar's can pierce Viltrumite flesh, and he's extremely sensitive to a specific high-pitch frequency, which can destabilize his body's equilibrium.
But his real weakness turned out to be, you guessed it, fatherhood. Thanks to his son Mark, Nolan began to re-examine his perspective and his place in the universe. He settled down in a
I
new
kind of wish they
place,
go
got
with the
himself
old
a new
dude with the
job,
mustache.
and
The
had a new kid
mustache
with
is
his
actually
new
sign
wife,
maturity
who was
from
a
male
bug.
Viltrumites.
Ladies,
So basically, that's why you see
how'd
all
bug?
grown-up male
Why,
Viltrumites with a
Omni-Man?
mustache.
How? Omni-Man?
Hey, everyone
I mean,
deals
that's why he
with
shaved off the
parenting
beard
stress
for
in
real.
their
I
own
don't know
way.
I don't know
When
why.
Nolan
Why
was
did he
lecturing
look cool
to
with the
Mark
beard to
about
me?
how insignificant people are, Mark wasn't the only one he was trying to convince, if you catch my drift.
Nolan Grayson's real mission isn't planetary conquest or saving the innocent. It's to discover if a violent man who can break the world can also be a good father.
Godspeed, Omni-Man.
Okay, let's get to Bardock.
In the far reaches of the cosmos laid a world with a people like no other, born and raised to do just one thing: fight.
The Saiyans, a proud warrior people from the planet Vegeta, ruled by, King Vegeta. Well, Narcissus Clutch.
Exactly. Their pride blinded them to the truth of their impending doom. But perhaps one Saiyan represented the best of them, even during their
I think they're
waning
going
glory
with the
days.
original story about
He's cool,
Bardock.
he's crude, he's got a bad attitude, and if he goes apeshit, you're totally screwed. And guess what? He's father of Goku.
Oh wow, I never would have guessed.
Right? What a curveball.
So what does that make Turles?
Who?
There be so many
Bardock
theories
was
with
a
Turles,
cold-blooded
such
killer,
as he's been
ruthlessly
that
conquering
he's
planets
actually
in service
Goku's
to the
twin
Saiyan's
brother,
true overseer,
cousin,
Lord
whatever.
Frieza.
They didn't just conquer planets, they wiped out every living
Frieza
thing,
adored
leaving
time travel.
Frieza uninhabited rocks to sell away. Bardock was an asshole. Well, until he wasn't.
Bardock's story has evolved over the years, with multiple iterations to draw from.
Including one where he's a brilliant
Yeah.
scientist.
But only one is considered officially canon. Bardock's demeanor began to shift when he met and eventually married fellow warrior Gine, and had 2 sons, Raditz and Kakarot.
No, Bardock didn't go totally soft. He was still a ruthless warrior. You know that iconic red headband of his?
Yeah,
It's
Gine
stained with
wasn't-
the blood of his
well,
fallen friends. Hardcore.
He wasn't
Bardock
good
could
at
fly,
battle,
move
but he
faster
still
than
fell
light,
in
and
love
was
with her.
naturally
I
adept
think
at
he's
using
saying
his
he was
ki
a
as an
sign of
explosive
a
weapon.
mate.
AKA shooting lasers from his hands. True to his brutal screw you nature, Bardock's moves are all about overwhelming power. His final spirit cannon is like a key-powered bazooka. His rebellion hammer punch ignites enemies on contact, and his rebellion spear basically turns him into a supercharged battering ram. The guy has no chill. He will run you over, break your spine, light you on
I remember a guy
fire,
commenting
and then
my
move on to the
last
next guy.
post about that thumbnail. I meant to change that, but I'm gonna leave it like
Marriage
that.
didn't change that. While Bardock cared for Gine, in fact being one of few Saiyans of his time to actually have a romantic partner, he was still no family man. Like most Saiyans, he saw his sons as nothing more than future soldiers.
Bardock was a low-class warrior, so it was unlikely his kids would grow up to be anything more than battlefield fodder.
But they would still possess the Saiyans' power, a transformation that was the key to their planetary devastation.
Big Boogie!
Under the light of a full moon, a Saiyan with a tail manifests the Uzaru.
This great ape form increases Bardock's power tenfold, turning him into an unstoppable kaiju. Quick, Someone call Yajirobe!
While some Saiyans can maintain control over this berserker form,
Like Vegeta.
low-class warriors like Bardock don't receive the same level of training as those of higher birth. Prince Vegeta's control is so precise he can speak while changed, but Bardock cannot.
Hell, it's questionable if he even remembers everything that happens when he goes full tilt gorilla. The Saiyan strategy is pretty much just monkey see, monkey smash.
Despite being low class, Bardock's power level nearly matched that of King Vegeta, who could destroy multiple planets at once. At about this time, King Vegeta's power level was around 10,000.
Yeah, we know power levels are kinda janky. Nobody can agree on what the number really means.
Outside of his fight with Gas, Bardock doesn't really show any high-end feats in canon, but we can use power levels to compare him to other characters with similar levels to better understand his potential.
Like when his son fought Prince Vegeta. What's the scouter say about his power level? It's over 8,000. Yeah, the dub changed it to fit Vegeta's lip flaps, but we only cover the cold hard truth, damn it.
According to this movie pamphlet, Goku's power level between his fight with Vegeta and his trip to Namek was 10,000. This lines up with that previous reading and puts him on par with Bardock. Goku's training during the trip eventually raised him to 90,000 upon arrival, but this gives us a clear window.
Yeah, early in the trip, he had to dodge a bunch of incoming asteroids and blast his ship away from a star, which is impressive considering the speed
I didn't
involved.
think they actually skipped over most of that in Dragon Ball Z Kai. They skipped a lot of fillers in Dragon Ball Z Kai, which I'm cool with that. Some of the fillers didn't make no sense to me.
9.5 trillion times.
So I just want
And Goku would have had to keep up
Gohan,
with that kind of
Bulma, and
speed to do all
Krillin
that
thought
other
they
stuff.
land on Namek, but it was a
Far
different
weaker
planet.
characters could reach the moon in a fraction of a second. Should be trivial enough for Bardock.
All this speed and power meant when Bardock and his team assaulted the planet Cereal, they went, cheerio!
Bardock ravaged the planet, annihilating its people, until he found two survivors, a mother and her child. Some may call it weakness, others a moment of clarity. But Bardock was suddenly reminded of his wife and recently born son. He chose to spare the two, and even pushed himself far past his limits to protect them from his own Frieza Force allies,
sorry about
who
that,
taunted
y'all.
that
Had to fix
Frieza had
something.
dire plans for the Saiyans' future.
This moment changed Bardock, making him more appreciative of his family and cautious of Frieza. When all the Saiyans were called back to Planet Vegeta for mysterious reasons, he had a hunch something was up. So before his final stand, smashing through hundreds of soldiers before coming face to face with the tyrant, he sent his youngest kid away for protection. A choice that allowed his son to thrive. And hey, that's what good parents do.
A choice that would have a greater significance than Bardock could ever imagine.
And then Dildo Dickhead blew them all up and he died. Or did he? Bardock got killed so freaking hard he got blasted back in time.
Most of those powered
Actually,
up
he was pulled away
legendary
by
Super
these two
Saiyan.
who miscalculated and misplaced him incorrectly in the time stream.
Blah, 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 non-canon, whatever. He survived. And when he realized what happened, he got so unbelievably pissed off, he went Super Saiyan. What?
Alright, this is very much an alternate universe what-if scenario, and it is jarring. But think about it. The Super Saiyan form is not achieved through training alone. It requires dedication, introspection, victory, failure, love, and loss. Frieza destroyed the Saiyans because he feared the possibility of the Super Saiyan, a Saiyan with power that could rival his own. But perhaps Bardock's transformation was more than simply a what-if. He had begun to take the very steps his son later would to achieve the form. Perhaps if Frieza had hesitated, even for a moment, his fear would have manifested before him right then and there.
Okay, y'all. So
Pour one
anyway,
out for
this is
Bardock, who figured out how to be the truest Saiyan right at the end of it all. I know Kakarot would be proud.
okay, y'all. This is this is what we're looking forward to. This preliminary I just watched. In case you see some little cuts, that was me doing some bunch of video editing and also some kind of ass roll too. But anyway, let's get into the video. So like I said, they definitely cover more what to expect, well more the bad story, and also Bardock with that different stuff, you know, which was considered canon about being blasted in the past, but some say actual canon, but that's what whole, you know, confusion, you know, draws in. But anyway, let's get into the video right now. So excited, let's look forward to a good fight. Let's get it right now.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Like, where did he get that from?
Another gross bug planet.
This planet isn't anyone's to conquer.
Don't underestimate me!
He's strong, but he's not Goku. Or Kakarot.
Just like my son, sticking his nose in places he's not ready for.
My son would kick his ass!
Yeah, I believe that.
Whatever you are, you're an embarrassment.
Uh-oh, full moon.
Wait till you see the real power of a Saiyan.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Oh. Oh man.
Shit.
Get hit by your own tail.
No. My sons. Lead me. I won't let you take me from my
Looking forward to that. Well, this music's pretty cool. I like it.
Your time is up! Saiyan!
Oh!
You said Saiyan. Remember it.
Fuck.
KO! Okay, these Gokus have got to stop picking fights with guys in capes.
Pitting Saiyan against Viltrumite is fascinating. Among the many similarities, 5 specific categories stand out.
Starting with speed. Bardock is much faster, given his power level matched Goku dodging asteroids at 9.5 trillion times light speed, much higher than the Viltrumite's fastest speed. Add on the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan and it's a huge difference.
Right, Bardock clearly has the speed advantage, but strength and durability are another story.
Though it doesn't seem like it at first, Bardock scales to King Veggie, who wrecked 3 planets at once, and Omni-Man only smashed 1. But given how big that one planet was, the numbers are actually pretty similar. Until we factor in the Super Saiyan boost, right?
Well, there's a catch. A major plot point in Invincible involves the coalition of planets admitting that their weapons cannot hurt Viltrumites.
So, when their ship's cannon obliterated this gigantic solar disk, it highlighted just how tough the Viltrumites really are.
This disk completely blocked the sunlight and heat between a planet and its star. And this is no ordinary planet. Its size and density are so high that its inhabitants are as strong as Viltrumites just due to living in its natural gravity. To fully block the light to such a planet and remain remain in consistent orbit, the disc would need to be positioned at its L1 point, the spot that creates an uninterrupted view between sun and satellite, and the disc itself must be about half the diameter of the star in question. This means the scaling of the disc puts it at 3 septillion tons.
That's 24 zeros!
Which makes Omni-Man over 11,000 times stronger than base Bardock.
Not even the Great Ape or Super Saiyan forms could make up that difference. So strength goes to Nolan.
Still, numbers aren't everything. As far as versatility in combat goes, neither had one distinct advantage that could win outright.
Omni-Man survives in space for much longer, but Bardock barely squeaks out the edge here thanks to his ranged versatility with key attacks and, of course, Super Saiyan.
Okay, let's address the Super Saiyan Bardock thing. It's perfectly fair to question whether or not the form should be in this comparison at all. However, even with the form included, Nolan still takes this, especially when it comes to our last two categories, experience and stamina.
Yeah.
Omni-Man's been around a lot longer than Bardock.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 years. And even with Super Saiyan, Bardock's no master of the form.
And without that mastery,
That is
the
true.
form
I'm about to say
drains the
that.
user's energies at an increased rate. Which brings us to what may be Omni-Man's most surprising advantage.
Those weird smart atoms.
Saiyans like Bardock can fight for days on end, but only for so long. Bardock possesses a limited pool of ki, which only depletes faster when using super forms like the Great Ape. In contrast, Omni-Man's biology prevents him from tiring in most cases, letting him travel across whole galaxies for weeks non-stop. And his smart atoms adjust to counter whatever physical strain he's subjected to.
Bardock's crazy speed and power made him a real challenge.
But Nolan's strength, experience, and sheer endurance presented an unstoppable and unshakable force that would inevitably land the killing blow.
When push came to shove, Omni-Man raised the bar. Doug.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Next time on
Okay,
Death
jump
Battle.
into this. Oh man, is that?
Subscribe and join.
Okay, Joker versus Giro. I never could pronounce that. I know who that is. I gotta rewatch that. Persona versus JoJo Bizarre Adventure. So definitely looking. Yeah, like I said.
As a member to see more death.
Okay, great video. Really enjoyed it. So go and get this rented out and post it for y'all. Once again, love the fight. Good fight between the Battle Super Dads and me. I was kind of believing Omni-Man was going to win. Because, you know, Bardock had the experience, you know, he was Super Saiyan. He hasn't good long experience using just yet. So, like I said, he's no Goku or Upper Vegeta phase. If different Goku and Vegeta, I think they can. I think they'll put up a much better fight. Possibly beat Omni-Man. I believe that. Along as like, man, Goku, especially the recent fight between him and Superman, so that's gonna be huge more difference. So anyway, let me know how you feel about the video. I'm gonna go get this render posted for y'all right now. Anyway, and how you feel? How you feel about the outcome? Anyway, make sure you give a boy a like, comment, and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. Peace.